Welcome to Mama's Kitchen. Today we are very excited to be making cinnamon rolls, which is one of my favourite things to make, with our original Mama's dough mix. We're just going to get straight into it. Today I'm not using a mixer today, I'm just going to make it by hand. Everybody has a hand or a spoon and a bowl. I've got 1.5 cups of warm water. Then we're going to add our little sachet of yeast that comes in the packet of dough mix. And then you can melt the butter, but the water's warm enough that it melts it as you're mixing it. And then we're going to add 1 egg straight in there. And that's it, and we're just going to mix this together with a whisk or a fork, or your hands. So in this bowl we've got our water now, yeast, melted butter and 1 egg, and that's just going to activate for a bit. You don't need to wait that long. And now we're going to put our dough mix straight in. I started mixing this with a spoon, and I'm just going to go right in and mix it with my hand. Your favourite kitchen tool. Very versatile and most effective, I think. Just make sure you wash your hands. And you just want to work that flour in until we get a fairly smooth dough. When you're doing it in a mixer, you're mixing it for 4 minutes, but by hand, so as a guide you'd want to be kind of working it together for about that long. What's cool about using your hands is like the kids love this kind of activity in the kitchen. Don't need to worry about, you know, getting your equipment out or if they know how to use it. But this is an awesome activity to do with the kids, they love it. And just let them go for it, this is their favourite thing to do. So you can see how it's coming together, and we're just going to keep working it until it combines a bit more. Okay, once that's mixed, you just want to leave it to sit till it's like double in size. Put it out in the sun or put it near the oven, it's warming up. I just cover it with a tea towel or a bit of Glad wrap. And yeah, we'll just set that aside. Right, it's been about 20 minutes and our dough has risen nicely. We're going to flour our board, and the dough will probably take up about this much space, you'll see. Awesome thing about cinnamon rolls, it's a real light, buttery, sweet dough, and so that coupled with cinnamon and sugar and then the cream cheese frosting makes for a real treat. So I'm just going to drop that out of the bowl. If it's proofed well, you don't need a scraper because it just drops out. And I like to not play around with it too much, so I'm not even going to fold it onto each other. I'm just going to pat it out. Beautiful, this is so nice and soft. I'm just going to pat it out as much as I can. So even if you don't have a roller, which I've been called out before if we're camping or visiting friends or anywhere not at home, you can use a bottle, you could use a cup, you could just pat it out, and otherwise you can use your roller. Yeah, so I like to have lots of layers. If it gets caught, just put a bit of flour under there so that you get heaps of cinnamon filling in it. Butter, and again this feels like I'm in kindergarten, but it's just a lot faster to use your hand to spread it, or pastry brush or spatula. So this is where the butteriness in the dough comes from, and it helps make it really light and moist. And then got I like, again, different recipes have different quantities, but I really like a lot of cinnamon in my cinnamon roll. There's nothing worse than biting into it and there's a little bit of cinnamon taste, but just not quite enough. And our cinnamon mix, someone asked me exactly how much I put in. I always do everything to taste, which is painful for people that want a recipe. But as a guide, 1 cup of brown sugar, a tablespoon of cinnamon. And if you're wanting that extra cinnamon, I'll just put a little bit more in to taste. And then when I'm rolling it out, I always am mindful of the person that's going to get the end piece, and I want to make sure that they've got some filling in their in their cinnamon roll as well. So I always roll it right out to the edge. Just a little tip for you. This is the tricky part, getting it started, because it all starts rolling backwards on you. So I just roll it forward a bit and tuck it right under and just move along the piece real quick until it stays in place and it's on the start of a roll. Little tip, just watch how much flour you're putting on. I've put too much on my board today, which is, I just need to wipe it off. And I just pull the corner out just to make it a rectangle. I'm always mindful of every piece being the same. Cool. And I just press it down a bit, seal it, and pull it back on the board. Now, again, there's different ways of cutting it. Cutting your cinnamon rolls. A lot of people use a string method because it cuts it real clean and keeps the circle shape. Personally, I find that a bit fiddly, so I just use a knife, or this is my favourite cutter, and I want to make 24 to fill this cookie sheet. So I'm just going to, so I can make sure I'm getting the right amount, cut it in half. So it's 12, no, that's 6. And just one little hack. It's a cool little trick that I learnt online only recently after making these for years, is this lady said you add, the secret to having nice pale, really moist cinnamon rolls is to brush on or just drizzle on a bit of cream before you proof them and cook them. I tried it and it actually works, so it's optional, you don't have to, they'll still turn out delicious. But I thought this was kind of cool because I often overcook my rolls and they get a bit brown, but I like them pale, but then I'm paranoid about them not cooking, so this is a little tip I'll share with you. Cool. So we're going to put these in the oven. I leave the door open and that acts as like a proofer for about 5-10 minutes, and you'll just see them expand, and once they start kind of almost touching each other, then you close the oven door and just let them cook for about 10 to 20 minutes, depends on your oven, but you just want to make sure they're cooked but not really dark brown. The lighter the better. You can never have too much cream cheese, I see. And when people are selecting these, I always notice them looking for the one with the most frosting on top.